Hello. Thanks for joining us again on the channel. Okay, yes, we've tried so many of these. Too many probably. But this one stands out. It caught me off guard. Let's figure out why together. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer was initially looking for a solution to a cluttered desk managed by 3 separate PCs, each with its own keyboard and mouse. The main goal was to find a single keyboard to control all 3 systems, but the purchase ended up delivering much more. While consolidating keyboards was the priority, the real surprise of the purchase was the accompanying mouse. Our reviewer hadn't expected much from it, but was thrilled to discover how exceptionally comfortable and smooth this mouse is, making it a joy to use. The ability to switch it between all 3 computers with a simple button press on its underside turned an afterthought into a standout feature. Setting it up across all 3 machines required a bit of extra effort, as the set only came with 1 wireless receiver. This client opted to purchase 2 additional receivers to avoid relying on Bluetooth or constantly moving the single one. The included receiver worked instantly for the first computer, but the separately purchased ones needed a quick pairing process. This involved using an existing mouse and keyboard to navigate to an online setup page to link the new peripherals to each receiver. For one machine that lacked its own input devices, our reviewer even cleverly used the first receiver temporarily to navigate the setup for the third. A key discovery was that the pairing information is stored directly on the wireless receivers themselves, meaning once they are set up, they can be moved between computers and will work instantly. In the end, this client successfully created a seamless 3-computer setup, completely decluttering the workspace. The mouse in particular was praised as the nicest one they had ever used, proving to be a far superior and more ergonomic tool than expected. The entire system now works flawlessly without any extra software, providing a highly recommended solution for anyone managing multiple computers.
Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer waited to share their thoughts after several months of daily use, wanting to provide a more in-depth look beyond just a first impression. For this client, moving to this new peripheral set was a major step up. They were previously accustomed to standard-issue office equipment and the built-in components of an aging laptop. After building their first PC, they sought a quality upgrade, and the overall experience with this input-device combo has been overwhelmingly positive. The keyboard was an immediate hit. Its keys are described as smooth and responsive, making fast typing feel almost effortless. While our reviewer was initially skeptical of the indented keycaps, they found that after a short adjustment period, they actually preferred them to traditional flat keys. The subtle concave shape seems to guide the fingertips naturally to the center of each key, which proved helpful for someone whose finger placement can sometimes drift. As for the companion mouse, its most noticeable initial characteristic was its weight. It felt much heavier than what they had used before, but this was seen as a positive, giving the device a solid premium feel. Performance has been flawless with no lag or issues in responsiveness. Getting used to the ergonomics took a little longer as its shape encourages a more forward hand position. However, this client noted that this new grip, while different, likely promotes better wrist health. One of the standout features for both devices has been the remarkable battery life. Our reviewer has never had to worry about running out of power, simply plugging them in to charge every so often. The companion software also makes it easy to monitor the remaining power. In the end, this client is extremely happy with their choice, finding this mouse and keyboard to be a reliable and high-quality pairing that they expect to use for a very long time.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer has seen all the hype, especially from Apple users, claiming this mouse is the ultimate and suggesting we ditch our Magic Mice. And to be fair, the build quality of this device is impressive. However, this client has been a Magic Mouse fan for years, since the old days of rechargeable AA batteries, and nothing quite replicates its smooth and responsive scrolling. That being said, this client also has a long history with Logitech, using their keyboards and accessories for over 2 decades on Windows machines, before switching to Apple. The first thing our reviewer noticed when using this mouse was the ergonomics. It definitely feels comfortable in the hand, but it required adjusting the height of this reviewer's chair and adding a wrist rest. It's significantly taller than the Magic Mouse, and after so long using Apple's mouse, having to change seating posture and arm wrist positioning wasn't ideal. While some complain about the charging port on the bottom of the Apple mouse, this client finds that a non-issue. Apple alerts you when the battery is low, so it's easy enough to plug it in overnight. This reviewer gets weeks of use out of a single charge. So overall, this mouse feels great, offers comfortable thumb support, and has plenty of programmable buttons, all backed by a reliable company. However, it's not going to replace the Magic Mouse as this reviewer's primary mouse. While our reviewer is keeping it, it just isn't a seamless substitute for what has been working perfectly for years. Side note, this reviewer just ordered a Logitech keyboard and mouse for a separate workstation, so there's no bias against the brand here.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.